Hey everybody, welcome to Icewater Yoga. My name is Joe Pace. Today's class is a full, complete class. We're going to go through a lot of series of movements here, but the idea is to start really low and slow. So maybe you just woke up or there's something that you're just feeling a little lethargic and you don't want to just dive into a full-blown flow class. So we're going to start pretty low, but then as we go, we're going to slowly ramp up the intensity and then get to a point where it feels like a pretty good workout. We're going to get a pretty sustained workout, and that will plateau. We'll stay at a certain level, and then that'll slowly come down. But we're not going to come down to the point where we started. We're going to sort of level off and come into sort of this middle ground to sort of take on to the rest of your day. So that's all we're going to do today. So expect a pretty complete class. We'll touch every part of the body in every way we can. Before we do that, just make sure you have either a block or something you can sit on, something pretty firm that you can sit on handy, and something like a strap, whether that's a belt, a jump rope, something that you can wrap around one of your feet and won't rip between your hands. We don't need those now. We'll just lay down on our back. So as I mentioned, maybe you just woke up, not ready to quite start moving all around quite yet. And so we're starting from ground level. Feet will come about hips width distance, palms will face up. And just start to take a few deep breaths. So oftentimes in yoga class, this is where we'll end Shavasana pose, what this is. So we're starting where we generally end class to just ease into our breath, ease into our body, and ease into our mind. So just breathing deeply, feel your back spreading onto the mat. And then retracting away on the exhale. And just paying attention to the feedback loop between your body and your mind. Sometimes the body feels lethargic, which takes the mind along with it. And sometimes it's vice versa. You're feeling mentally just tired and drained, and so your body just kind of feels like it'll do the same thing. And so right now is just about letting both your body and your mind start from the same place, level playing ground here. So we don't want to rush forward with a really energetic brain or a body that wants us to move forward faster than our brain does. We want to start from the same level. Continue to breathe deep, let your belly expand, let your back spread. I'm just appreciating these first few easy moments. Taking inventory of what you might be feeling right now from head to toe. And knowing what conditions you're coming into this practice with. Always taking breaks as you need, always skipping out on things that you see as potentially problematic, given the body you're living in. From here, we'll gently bring the heels together. Arms will come overhead, reach it long, get length, like this good morning stretch. Maybe the back comes off the mat, reach up. Exhale here. One more deep inhale, reach legs and arms away from one another. And then exhale, draw both knees into your chest, hug it in lightly. Okay, so just holding the knees in towards your chest, feel the support of your back against the mat. Maybe roll side to side. And just starting to feel the littlest amount of physicality. So now letting the mind and the body move forward together. Brain accepting the feedback and decisions it's making. And we'll roll forward to back really lightly. So you get a little bit of momentum, but nothing crazy, just light forward and back movement, roll out the spine. Curving in the spine so you can roll along it like a rocking horse. And then slowly, maybe with momentum, cross the feet in front of you, plant the hands, and then press it back to child's pose. So the knees will come wide on the mat, hips back. And then moving from our backs in a resting position to now facing down towards the mat, so face facing down, or in somewhat of a prone position. And then taking the practice into a little bit more of a physical nature. We'll inhale, we'll rock up to tabletop position, slowly feeling where the body's at. Biceps will spin forward, hands underneath shoulders, and then back to child's pose. Elbows to the mat, hips to the heels. Inhale up, sitting tall, knees under hips. Exhale, sit it back. Feel the low back stretching. No need to reach forward with the arms. Just keep them where they came from. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Just introducing movement. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Probably feels pretty good if you came right out of bed into this class or just feeling lazy. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale back through center. And then we'll keep the knees underneath the hips, hands planted directly underneath the shoulders. Press down through the inner edges of your hands so your index finger knuckle is pressing down firmly into the mat. Spread your fingers wide and grab the mat with your fingertips. So now your forearms will turn on and you have a firm support underneath the shoulders and for your arms. From here, we'll tuck the toes under and then lift the chest, lift the tailbone on an inhale. Let the belly descend and fill with air. Exhale, spread the shoulder blades, tuck the tailbone, cat pose. Inhale back where you came from, up through cow pose, chest drawing through the arms, tailbone lifting. And then exhale, press the mat away, noticing the class getting a little bit more physical as we go. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press it away. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press it away. Body and mind completely in agreement here. Inhale. Exhale, just warming up the spine. Inhale, last time. And then exhale, press the mat away. Hold here. Keep the shoulder blades spreading. Keep the index finger knuckle pressing down through the mat. Keep the index fingers parallel. Keep the back curved. Draw the sit bones towards your heels so you're sitting back, keeping the curve of the back, letting the pose and the stretch ease into the lower back. Hold here, reaching forward with the arms, caving the chest in. Let the shoulder blades spread as the sit bones draw towards your heels. Breathe into your upper back. For 2. And 1. Rock it forward to a neutral spine. Plant the left hand directly underneath the left shoulder. Take the right arm high. Press away through the left hand. Reach up with the right. Exhale, right arm underneath left. Twist it under. Inhale, back through center. Get some cracks if you get them. Exhale, twist it under. Feeling the practice, continuing to build heat, even though we're not rushing into anything. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist it under. Last one here. Inhale, arm will rise. Reach hand away from hand. Left ear away from left shoulder. Keep the hips square with the mat. Right hand back down underneath right shoulder. We'll take the other side. Spread the fingers of the right hand wide. Press through the inner edges of the left hand as you raise the left hand towards the sky. So the right hand is pressing down. The left arm is rising. And then exhale, twist it under. Let the left shoulder reach the mat if it gets there. Inhale up. Exhale, twist it under. Inhale up. Last time. Exhale, twist it under. Full exhale, empty the lungs. Inhale, back up. Reach, hand away from hand. Let the right ear rise away from the right shoulder as you reach through the right hand for 2. 1. Left hand comes back down. From here on an inhale, the right leg extends long. Lift it as high as you can while keeping the right hip square to the mat. Feel the right hamstring turn on. Lower down, right knee down. Inhale, left leg up, lift it up, straight left knee, left hip square to the mat. Lift it up, and then gently lower. Inhale, right leg lifts. Press down through your right hand, left arm lifts. Left hand down, right knee down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Press down through the left hand, right arm lifts. Right hand down, left knee down. We'll take the other side. Inhale, right leg. Bend the knee, press the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. So now we have a bent right knee. Press the sole high. Left arm comes out ahead of us. Press the right shoulder away from the right ear, reaching around with the left hand towards the right foot. Don't grab it, just reach towards it. Simultaneously straighten right leg, bring the left arm overhead. Both come down. Left leg extends on an inhale, bend the knee, sole of the foot towards the ceiling, so press it high. From here, left hand firmly planted down, right arm extends overhead. Reach around, reaching towards the left ankle with the right hand, lift everything up. Simultaneously, right hand forward, left leg extends. Bring everything down. From here, tuck the toes under. Lift the knees off the mat just an inch or so. So spreading the shoulder blades, let the knees lift and then lower. Lift the knees an inch and then lower. Just slowly waking up the core. Knees lift and lower. Also the shoulders and arms, warm it up. Knees lift and lower. In control, never crashing the knees down. Inhale, knees lift. Exhale, set them down. Inhale, knees lift. Exhale, set them down. Last 2 here. Inhale, knees lift. Set them down. Last 1. Inhale. Exhale. Walk the hands forward slightly. Press it up to downward facing dog. Keep the knees bent pretty deeply here as this is our first one. But reaching forward, and just like we had in that tabletop position, hands are shoulders width, you're gripping the mat, you're pressing through the inner edges of your hands, your thumb knuckle and your index finger knuckle pressing down so they're not rising from the mat. You're gripping the mat with your fingertips, you're bending your knees deeply, you're reaching through the shoulders, and maybe the chest draws towards the mat. Feeling the class get more and more active as we go, heat building. Breathe deep here. Again, knees bent is a great idea at the beginning of class before the hamstrings are warm. If you notice that when you straighten your knees, you start to round your back, definitely bend the knees. Let the back be long and straight. The bending of the knees will protect your low back. From here, inhale, rock it forward to plank. Spreading shoulder blades. And then exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Taking our time. Inhale, right leg will lift. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, left leg will lift. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step to the front of your space lightly on an exhale. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold with bent knees. Inhale, rise to standing, arms overhead. And then exhale, arms by your sides, palms face forward. Just take a moment here, letting go of the first phase of the practice, first phase of the class. We worked from laying on our backs to standing up. So that's an accomplishment. You're about a quarter of the way through. So now we start to ramp towards that plateau. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to plank. Inhale, rock the shoulders over the fingernails. And then you can take your knees to the mat if it doesn't feel comfortable. Otherwise, lower in control all the way to the mat. Inhale with toes pointing away from you. Cobra pose, just with the strength of your back and no weight in the hands. Exhale, lower. Strong in the back. Inhale, lift sternum forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last time. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Engage the quads. Hands are underneath your elbows. So now with the knees rising from the mat because of the engagement in your quads, lift the chest up as you press into the hands. Upward facing dog. Keep the chest lifting. And then back downward facing dog. Exhale. On an inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, set it down. Feeling it out. On an inhale, bend your knees deeply. Perhaps all the way to the mat if you're not able to step through. Exhale, stepping through. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, arms overhead. Exhale, arms by your sides. Moving on. Big toes come to touch. Inhale, sit down. So sitting down towards the heels with the sit bones. Arms rise, chair pose. 2 deep breaths here. Fill your lungs both times and empty them 2 times. On your second inhale, lift everything. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Knees can be bent to any degree. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to plank. Rock it forward. Lower down, chaturanga. So elbows are over your wrists. Press it up to upward facing dog. Option for cobra like we took before. So you'd have the upper body and the front body resting on the mat. Otherwise, lifting through here, up dog. Downward facing dog. On an inhale, the right leg comes high. We're adding on here. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Shift the weight forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, fill your lungs, rise. Exhale, left foot down. Inhale, right leg lifts. Options here. First, we take right knee to the nose, so that everybody's taking that one. You have the option to take the left knee to the mat first, or keep it lifted as you step the right foot forward. Setting up for warrior one pose, we have the heel in line with the front heel in line with the back heel. So the back heel is against the ground and in line with the front heel. Rise up, warrior one, press away through the left foot. Exhale, hands come down. Step it back, left knee on the mat or not. Plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga or all the way to the floor. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step it through however you do. Heel to heel alignment, press away through the right foot. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands. Come to the ball of the right foot, right knee to mat or not. Step it back. Lower down through chaturanga. All the way to the mat if you'd like. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend knees, look forward. Option to step or hop forward lightly. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Rise to chair, inhale. 2 full breaths here. So exhale everything out. Inhale fully. Exhale it all out through the nose. Inhale fully. Exhale, stand, palms face forward. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands, step the right foot back. Right knee comes down to the mat. Tuck the toes over so the top of the right foot's against the mat. Inhale, arms rise. Lift the hip points high. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot forward, left foot back. Left knee down. Inhale, arms rise. Hip points lifting. These frontal hip points up to the ceiling. Exhale, plant your hands. Left foot meets right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands. Step right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to hips. Tuck the right toes under. So now the toes are facing you. Press it up to high lunge. So you may need to walk the back foot back in closer to you. Right knee bent. Hip points still lifting as your arms rise. Control the descent down. Hands overhead or at the hips. Keep it lifting. Tuck the toes under so now the top of the foot is reaching or pressing down to the mat. Hands down. Step right foot forward. Left foot steps back. Left knee is down. Toes tucked under to start. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, press it up. High lunge. Maybe walk the back foot in. Breathe here, lift through the chest. Gently lower to the mat. Lifting one last time. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, half lift. Maybe straighter knees. Maybe the chest scoops forward with the shoulder blades drawing down the back. Plant the hands. Step the right foot back. Keep the right knee off the mat this time. So options. You can always take the right knee to the mat if you'd like. You can always take a block underneath your right shoulder or just take your hand to the mat. With right knee lifted or not, take the left hand to the left knee and then gently twist the body open to the left, keeping the hips square with the mat. Take your time, breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Gaze comes back to the mat. From here, both hands towards the mat, bending your knees to get there if you need to. All right, so both hands are on the mat now. We're gonna draw the hips back for a hamstring stretch. Hands on blocks, or just keep your left knee bent, keeping your chest squaring forward. Maybe the left leg comes to straight as you lift the chest up and forward. Keep the left hip drawing back as the right hip continues to draw forward. Again, bending in the knees is always an option. Even sitting up like this is an option, right? So we straighten the knee here and then take it forward. Always thinking about the angle at the hip. Okay, so if the angle at the hip is less intense, right, it's going to be easier. I might be able to straighten my knee. As I close the angle, chest drawing towards the floor, becomes more of a stretch in the left hamstring. And if I want to stay this far flexed forward, I may need a bend in the left knee to do it. Pressing it forward, right foot steps forward, left foot steps back now. So now we take the block underneath our left hand, or just take the hand to the floor, whatever feels okay. Left knee can always be on the mat. Right hand to right knee. Feet are hips width distance. Left shoulder away from left ear as you twist it open to the right. Breathing deep. Floor or block, grip it tight with your left hand. Very nice. From here, left knee down, squaring the chest with the mat. And then we're pressing it back to this pyramid or really half splits pose. Kind of a version of pyramid as well. Taking the chest up and forward, and again, playing with that degree of flexion in the hip. If you're really far flexed forward, then maybe you bend in the right knee. If you're standing up a little bit straighter, maybe your right knee can be a little straighter. And then you're drawing your chest forward more than down. For 3, 2, 1, bending into the right knee, step the left foot forward. You can remove the block. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, arms rise to chair. All right, so we have the feet in the center of the mat. Arms are lifting up, and we're drawing the tailbone straight down away from the angle of our spine. So we don't want to tuck the tailbone straight under to bring a curve into the low back. We want the tailbone in line with our spine as our arms rise. From here, bring weight into the right foot, lift the left foot, step the left foot to the edge of your mat, and then bring the body towards center. Sit low. Bring the weight back into the right foot. Lightly step the left foot back to center. Chair. Arms can stay lifted, hands can be at hips. Weight into the left foot this time. Lift the right foot, step to the edge of your mat, bring the body to center, sit low. Back through center, left foot brings in most of the weight. Right foot, gently set it back where you came from, center of the mat. Just like that. Weight in the right foot, lift the left, step to the edge of the mat. Feet are wide at hips width, sit it low. Bring it back. Weight in the right foot, left foot lightly steps to center. Sitting it low, weight in the left foot, right foot steps to the edge of the mat, sit it low. Bring it back, left foot bears the weight, right foot steps forward. Options, I'm gonna take my hands to my hips, that's a lot on the shoulders. So now we have options. We're gonna take the same thing we just did, stepping the left foot to the left, or bring the right weight into the right foot, step the left heel forward, straight left knee, touch the mat, bring it back where it came from. Weights in the left foot now. Straighten right knee, sit low to bring the right heel to the mat, bring it back. Same thing, weight in the right foot, left knee extends, sit low, touch left heel, bring it back in control. Lifting the right foot this time, weight in the left foot, extend right knee, lower to touch, bring it back. Inhale, arms rise this time. Weight is in the right foot. Lift the left foot. Step the left foot back. High lunge. Arms rise. Hands to heart center. Okay, so we're going to set up for a twist here. Bending deep in the right knee. You can stay here. You have the option to twist open just like this, or keep the hands at heart center. Bring it into a prayer twist with the left elbow barely touching the right knee. So you're not bearing weight or pressing weight into the left elbow. You're supporting the twist with your upper body. Right knee right over right ankle. Breathe here. Press down through your right heel. Feel the twist happening. Feel the crown of your head extending up and forward and your left leg reaching back. Inhale back through center. We're coming back where we came from, so keep the arms overhead or hands at hips. Weight shifts from left foot to right as you step slowly forward. Controlling these movements. Left foot bears the weight, right foot steps back. High lunge, arms can stay lifted. Hands at heart center, big bend in the right knee. The option you took on the first side may not be the best option for this side, so start with just a standing twist like this. If you'd like, hands to heart center, take it down. Right elbow barely pressing against the left knee, but definitely supporting the pose. So it's sort of this middle ground between bearing all the weight into the right elbow versus lifting and levitating, right elbow. We don't want to float, but we also don't want to press right elbow into left knee. So find that middle ground for 3. 2, breathing deep, crown of head up and forward. 1, inhale back through center. Keep the arms overhead as you step forward to a nice light chair pose. Legs are turned on. And then exhale, forward folds. Straightening the knees to any degree. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, plank pose. 3 push-ups. Okay, so these aren't meant to be grinded out push-ups. We're just trying to breathe with it, feel good. Knees can always come to the mat. We want to do them with integrity more than we want to do them with force. Okay, so gently lower. 1, inhale. Exhale up. Inhale lower. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up and back, down dog. On an inhale, the right leg rises. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, twist it across. Feel the twist in the back. Inhale, back through center, right leg rises. Exhale, right knee to nose, dome the upper back. Left knee to the mat or just step it straight through. Drop the back heel. We have front heel in line with the middle of our back foot. Windmill it open to warrior two. So now we're spreading through the arms. And we're going to just stay here for a minute, not literally, in our warrior two. So our front heel is in line with the middle of our back arch. Arms are reaching wide. So literally, right knee on top of right ankle, literally straight left knee. Center of our chest hovering right over our hips. So if you feel like you've pitched forward, draw it back. Arms are reaching evenly. Press down through both feet to engage the pose. So now pressing both legs down from the hips, you'll feel the inseam of the pose turn on, externally rotating both legs. So you're rotating the legs away from one another with the right knee facing in the same direction as the toes. Arms are reaching. Breathing deep. We've reached the plateau. Let's stay here for a little while. Enjoy it. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. You can bring the left hand behind your back or just take the left hand to the left quad, reach it up, keep the right knee bending. Breathe here. Right hand can be reaching straight up, just breathing into the right rib cage. And then windmill the arms forward, literally reaching both hands wide and up and down. Both hands will come to the mat. Step it back, plank pose. One push up here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Down dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale back, left leg rises. Exhale, left knee to nose, right knee to the mat, or just step it right through. Drop the back heel. Now we have front heel in line with the middle of our back arch. Windmill the arms open, reaching in all directions. Setting up, we want to make sure our left knee is right over our left ankle. If we can't do that, we walk our feet closer together so that we can. Okay? So now we're setting up the pose, spinning the thighs away from one another. Chest hovering straight over the hips. Arms reach wide. Press down into the feet from the hips. So now the inseam of the legs will turn on and fire up. Breathe deep as you gaze over the left fingers. Flip the front palm. Keep the left knee where it is in space. Reverse warrior. Taking it back. Really just a side bend in the upper body. Everything stays the same in the lower body. Breathe into the left rib cage. Reaching up and away with the left hand, right arm following it. Windmill the arms down. Plant the hands, step it back. Plank pose. One push up, please. Gently lower, inhale. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath here, take a moment. Recollect. From here, bring it to the knees. Forearms to the mat. Step the feet back, we have forearm plank. So you have the option of taking to the knees to the mat and holding here, okay? You also have the option of lifting the knees off the mat, toes tucked under. Breathe here, forearm plank. Feel the core turn on. Feel your breath deep. So your diaphragm working separately from your core here. So your center core, all your abdominal muscles are engaged. as your diaphragm lifts up and down inside of them. Gently lower the knees, lower the thighs, lower the hips. Lift the chest through the arms. We're just taking this one time, so we're going to press the forearms into the mat, lift through the chest, pressing tops of the feet into the mat. Engage the quads. Your kneecaps are lifting as your chest and center of your chest lifts through your arms. Press down through your elbows to keep the ears away from the shoulders. It's called Sphinx pose. You'll notice it's pretty intense, especially if you're engaging the quads. Okay, from here, reach both hands forward and then gently roll down onto your belly. Arms wide, palms face down, zip the legs together. So the inner legs pressing together, and then we're facing both kneecaps straight down into the mat. Okay, sometimes in this pose, you'll see the legs come wide and the legs turn out. It's actually going to put a little bit of pressure in the low back that we don't want. Okay, from here, everything lifts. Chest, hands, feet, legs as much as you can. Lifting forward, locust pose. Palms are face down. Breathe deep for 5, 4, 3, 2, gently lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and hold. You don't have to come all the way up. Find a place you can be for 5 deep breaths. And it's 5. 4. 3. 2. Inhale, everything lifts. Exhale, everything lowers to the mat. Press the hands underneath the elbows. Back to child's pose. Release the low back. Okay. Rocking it forward. We're going to set up for crow pose. So one arm balance for today. It's not going to be crazy intense. And if it doesn't work out for you today, no problem at all. Okay. So we're going to take the hands shoulders width. And then this might be where you stay. So with bent knees, you press the knees into the backs of the elbows or up the triceps. And then you spread your fingers wide. Your hands are again shoulders width, just like we've had all class. And then from here with elbows bent, you can rock the weight forward, lifting up onto the tiptoes. And you could stay here. You could also have your feet on blocks, which will make the pose a little bit easier to enter. Okay, from here, you may lift one foot, feel the weight transfer into the hands, lower that foot, maybe you lift the other foot, maybe you lift both feet. So just one easy arm balance. I was gonna say easy breezy, but then I stopped myself. Breathing here, lowering in control. We're gonna take one more, whether you're taking one foot at a time or both feet coming from the mat, rise up. Wherever you're coming from, just feel the core engage. Feel the pose get light with the abdominals turned on, supporting it with the back. Gripping them out with your fingertips for 2. 1, gently lower down. Feet come out as wide as the mat. Hands to heart center. Press your elbows into your inner thighs. If you can't sit the hips between the legs, just bring the feet a little bit wider, face the toes out. You also have the option to sit on a block here to support the pose. So again, it would be a little higher if you're sitting on the block, which would be a little bit more accommodating for those with tight hips. All right. From here, last little bit of this plateau. Pressing it back, downward facing dog. From here, rock it forward halfway towards plank. We're going to bring the right hand forward. Left hand stays back. We rock onto the outside edge of the right foot. So now we have the downward angle from the right shoulder to the right hand. Left foot can stack in front of right foot. Right knee can come down. Left foot can come forward. Left foot can stack on top of right, reaching up. Wherever you are, you're breathing. And then from here, lower the hips. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last one. Exhale, lift. Maybe the left leg lifts. Bring it back where you came from. Left hand down underneath left shoulder. Right hand slides back halfway to this half plank, half down dog. Left hand comes forward. Outside edge of left foot. Any variation with the feet. Right foot in front, left knee down. Foot in front of the other, feet stacked. Wherever you are, reach. If you have the hips lifting off the mat, inhale, lower. Exhale, rise. Inhale, lower. Exhale, rise. Inhale, lower. Exhale, rise. Last one, inhale. Exhale, maybe the right leg lifts. Right hand back down in control. Left hand slides back. Rock it forward to plank. One push-up, knees on the mat or not. Back up. Down dog. From here, few options, okay? The last of our physical work. We have these down dog hops or just knee bends and lifts, okay? So the first option, these knee bends, bend the knees, and then straighten the knees. Bend the knees, and then straighten the knees. So moving into a dynamic position, and then extending from there, lifting the hips, heels descend. If you want, you can take that into a little hop with the weight transitioning into the arms. I know the arms are fatigued, that's the point. Inhale, bend the knees, and then it'll be a little hop, landing right back where you came from. Inhale, exhale, hop. Weight transitions into the hands. Arms, elbows are straight. Inhale, bend the knees. Maybe jump, maybe just extend. Couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe catch some hang time. Inhale. Exhale. Landing with bent knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale, landing, bring the knees to the mat, sit back on the heels. Taking the weight out of the arms, you can shake out the wrists. Okay, so you rode that plateau for a little while, hung out there for a minute. Now the goal is to come out of that plateau into somewhere between where we started and where we just were. Okay, so we built a lot of heat, we've used our bodies a lot. Now we're going to transition into the close of class, so 3/4 of the way through. Please roll all the way out, down onto your back. All right, so using the core here a little bit, press the triceps into the mat, extend the knees long, pointing the toes towards the ceiling, and then from here, just take a deep breath. So you're already feeling the core turned on, but not so intensely. If this doesn't feel okay for you, especially if you feel a lot of tightness in the hips, bend the knees. Keep the toes pointing towards the ceiling. Okay, maybe you have straight knees. From here, we're going to lower the feet to the point where your core just starts to turn on. Okay, for me, it's about here. Back up, exhale. Inhale, back to that same exact spot. Exhale, back to center. So we're not pushing ourselves through the limit. Just find the place where the core turns on. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lower. And turning on, the core is pretty relative to who we are, back through center and what we're going for. But it's just customizing the practice for you and what you want today. Inhale, lower. Exhale, back. Inhale, lower. Right to that point where the core turns on. And hold. Feel the hip flexors turn on. Feel your core engage. Press the triceps into the mat. Now, we're not so deep into this pose that it's compromising our low back, but we do have the core engaged. Keep the left foot where it is. Right foot comes back towards vertical. Right foot meets the left. Left foot to vertical. Bending the knee as you need. Right leg vertical. And back. Left leg vertical. And back. A few more just like that. Keep the legs pointing. Right leg center. And back. Left leg center. And back. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bend the knees. Knees will hover over the hips. You'll notice the hip flexors release. That was a pretty big hip flexor pose. All right, hands will come lightly to the back of the head, and we're going to take 10 bicycle crunches. We're going to do them really slow, really in control, just like our whole practice, okay? So coming down from that plateau slowly, extend right leg long, right elbow to left knee. Back through center. Exhale, left to right. Inhale, center. Exhale, right to left. Maybe the left shoulder lifts from the mat. Back through center. Left to right, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. We're halfway there. Exhale, right to left. Inhale. Exhale, left to right. Inhale. Take breaks as needed. Right to left. Exhale. Inhale. Left to right. Exhale. Inhale. Right to left. Inhale. Left to right. Inhale. Right to left. Inhale. Left to right. Inhale. Last round. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, center. Heels come to the mat without crashing. Press the triceps into the mat. Knees will be right over the heels. All right, so staying in this active state, but not coming down or engaging ourselves so much that we lose our breaths or we come out of focus. So again, the mind and the body meeting each other right in the middle, right in the same plane, coming back to the middle ground. Press the heels down, lift the hips, press into the triceps, breathe deep. So bridge pose, we have our knees right over our ankles, not allowing the knees to splay out, and also not allowing them to knock in. Nice easy back bend here, closing class physically, but mindfully. Last 2 breaths. Gently lower your uppermost vertebrae down to your lowest, and then gently hug your knees into your chest, nose to knees as well. Feeling the low back release. As you take both knees to center, press the arms wide, palms face down, and then we're going to gently roll the knees to the left. Inhale 1 time. Exhale them back to center. And then inhale them over to the right. Keeping both shoulders planted into the mat as you exhale to center. Hug the right knee into the chest, left leg comes long, and then bring both shoulders again to the mat, palms face down. Keep the right shoulder planted as your right knee comes across the body. Maybe tucking the left hip underneath you for 3. 2 deep breaths. Last one here. Back through center. Hug the right knee in towards your chest. Squaring off the hips, the left knee comes into the chest, the right leg extends long. From here, take the left knee across the body, keep the left shoulder planted into the mat, maybe scoot the right hip underneath you. 3 deep breaths into the center of your back. Back through center. Hug both knees into your chest. Rolling side to side. Noticing this middle ground of where we came from. Both low and high intensity. Okay. From here, you can roll up to a comfortable seat. Well, this is where we'll take our blocks if you need it. So you can place the block underneath where you're sitting and just sitting on it comfortably. All right. From here, extend the legs long. We're going to take a nice, easy forward fold. So sitting on the block is going to make this a lot easier. All right. But we can also take the strap as well. So we're going to combine the 2 props here. So we'll wrap the strap around the balls of the feet. And then grabbing either side, you can lift through your chest. Tall sternum. You can stay here. This might be enough of a hamstring stretch for you. Otherwise, take it into a nice, easy forward fold. You can let the spine fold over. Just feel the hamstrings opening. Let the heels out, draw away from you. What you're thinking here is not so much cranking yourself down into this fold, but thinking about keeping the chest lifting, center of the chest drawing up and forward as you pull on either side of the strap or whatever you have. Spinning the legs in towards one another and just find that hamstring stretch that works for right now. So maybe you bend the knees and then maybe you come forward a little bit. We already talked about bent knees. So that forward flexion, that degree of angle in the hip will determine how much we bend our knees. All right, so I found a nice place here where my knees are slightly bent and I'm folded forward pretty intensely, but with the knees bent, it's not so much on the low back. All right, so it's releasing hamstrings as I draw the heels out away from me and then pressing the heels down. All right, so you'll feel the hamstrings activate in that place. Okay, feel a nice, gentle opening. Slowly rolling back up to seated. We'll take the block out. And then from here, we'll take the left foot forward, right leg back. We're gonna take a lizard pose. So nice hip opener, nice neutral hip opener. We're gonna take the right knee in line with the right hip. Hands will be on the mat or against blocks, okay? So you may not come as far forward as I am right now, but we wanna keep the left heel or left knee over the left ankle. And again, if you have a block, good option to take both hands to it on the inside of your left leg. That'll allow you to keep your chest lifting. And then from here, keep your hip points, the frontal hip points of your hips drawing up and forward as you sink down into your left hip. Breathing deep here, staying active. Feel the core engage. This is not about completely letting go. This is not a passive stretch. This is an active stretch. We're pressing down into the left foot. Feel the left hip turn on. Hip points again, lifting. You can come off the back knee if you'd like, if that feels better for you. Otherwise, that right knee can find a nice comfortable spot on the mat. Or if you want to roll your mat over, that's good too. For 3, 2, 1. You can walk the right knee forward, left knee to meet it, and then we'll take the right foot forward, and it's the same thing on the other side. Right knee right over right ankle, and then extend back through the left knee as far as you'd like, hands against the block or against the mat. Just let the hip points rise as the tailbone descends. All right, so the tailbone is towards the mat, but the hip points are lifting. Again, this is an active pose. You're breathing deep. You're pressing into your knee, your back knee, and your front foot. For 3, 2, 1. Left knee comes in, right knee back. And then from here, again, comfortable seat on the block. You have the option to sit on the mat if you'd like, but just feel out where we're going with this pose before you do that. All right, so if you're sitting on the block, take the soles of the feet together. Knees will come wide, all right? And so my knees drop pretty far away from one another, and I feel actually pretty comfortable without the block. But you might notice your knees will be hiked up here. If that's the case, you can walk the heels out away from you. Maybe that'll give you a little bit of room in the hips. Sit here, let the knees descend towards the floor as you press the soles of the feet together. Wherever you are, you customize where the feet are relative to your body, and then gently rock it forward. Let the hips open in their own time. This is called Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So we are bound, right? We can even hold the feet to bind ourselves in, and the angle's pretty obvious, all right? But we want to just gently roll forward as the hips kind of open in their own time, this external rotation. And again, you don't have to look at all like me. Looking like you is completely perfect, whatever it looks like. You just want to make sure you're never feeling any pressure in your knees, especially the joint itself. No pressure at all. No pain in the hips, no pain in the low back. From here, gently roll up. Comfortable seated position. Keep the feet as they are, whether you're sitting on a block or not. You can take a comfortable seat, maybe one foot in front of the other. This is called Sukhasana, easy pose, easy sitting pose. I like taking this one sitting on a block for sure. And we take the hands to a comfortable place, eyes closed. Just appreciating the work we did and how far we've come in an hour. Hopefully, never feeling rushed at all. We let our minds and our body start from the same place and basically just ran a race holding hands without worrying about the time. It's kind of a funny image. But just noticing that the body can do a lot of work if you let it ease into that work over time. And there's never forcing through any barriers. There was never a point today where there was a feeling of giving up or saying that was too much, hopefully. There's always options to take breaks. There's always options to just explore and be in poses. No need to ever be extreme with our bodies, especially on the yoga mat. You can keep your eyes closed, and if it feels appropriate to you, you can bring your hands to heart center. Just taking the moment to soak in the practice. Breathing deep through the nose, focusing on the breath. Hopefully you're feeling centered and calm. Thank you. Namaste.